Hey, what's up, guys? Crypto Wolf here. How you guys doing? So today we're back again. We're just trying to um, do what we normally do best here. So we're still in an uptrend. So for an uptrend, we have to keep looking for longs only. And currently, I'm willing to get in at 0.123 at 70. Sorry, position size of 0.0123 at 78,700. So let's see if um, it will take our order at this particular point and see if what will happen. We're very close to where we want to get in entry at this point. So yeah, so let's see if we can get in. This is a discounted area because for volume profile, this area is the fair value area, which is the POC. It's the price point where most of the volume was transacted. Then the VAH is the highest point or the most expensive price that volume was transacted. So, and this is the cheapest price that volume was transacted in. So, you want to ideally get in at the cheapest price because that's often the price that bulls or buyers will come in and defend. So, um, there was actually an opportunity for a short trade here earlier today, but I was not on screen, so I had to miss that. But for now, it seems as if this is an opportunity to go bullish because we're definitely still in an uptrend. So we want to take advantage of that and see how far we go from this point. So this is our journal so far. Oh, the lessons that the lessons learned, I would update this. I actually updated it before, but I had to make some changes to the journal. Market had to make market selectable, then had to make the date a date picker. So all of that kind of messed it up. So I will rewrite them later. um I'll just rewrite them later. But our first trade was a loss. We made a profit off of this, a profit and a loss and a loss. So that was yesterday. I couldn't take another trade because we had hit our daily stop loss. So the max for the day was around $8 50 cents. So performance metrics, our win rate is 40%, average win, average loss, loss to win ratio, and PNL were at minus. But the key is that our loss is so small that any profitable trade right now will put us back in profit. So if we make $10 off of our next trade, we're back in profit. If we make $15 off of our next trade, we're back in profit. $20. So you just want to ensure that your loss is so small that your profits can easily offset it. A lot of people don't understand that trading is a business. I've seen people who are looking for a mentor who will teach them never to lose or teach them a strategy that never loses in the market. But it's always funny because they forget to understand that we call it market for a reason. For every business, there are days you make profits, there are days you make losses. Even the biggest multinationals in the world, there are days they make profits, there are days they make losses. They just have to ensure that their losses are small compared to their profits. So such that at the end of the day their net is profitable. So they could lose $10 and they would make $40, and when they subtract it at the end of the day their net balance is positive. That's how trading is. So you just have to ensure that you factor that in, that there would always be days of losses. You see, a lot of traders don't know that, they don't agree with that. It is why, if you're a trader who believes you should never make a loss, it is why you will hold a trade that you ought not to hold, just because you believe that the trade should end in a loss, because you believe that you shouldn't take losses, or your strategy is so superior that you can't take a loss or whatever. At the end of the day, you end up holding a trade that you shouldn't be holding just because you can't take a loss. You end up getting stuck with the trade because you believe the trade ought to go in your way. It's like the market owes you something, and in reality the market doesn't care about you. So you just have to keep that in mind, that trading is a business, and for every business you make profits, you make loss. That was the turning point that changed my own trading. I was always obsessed about winning. Like, I wanted to win every single trade. But until the day I realized that trading is a business, and for every business you win some, you lose some. You just ensure that what you won is more than what you lost. And that was a turning point for my trading, a sincere turning point. So I started to see loss differently. I started to see it as business expense. So, and ensuring that my profit is more than my losses. So that's it. So the month is almost over. So it didn't give us a long time to be able to actually practice a lot on this demo account. So we're likely going to take a full demo account from 1st of September till 30th. Then we could start with a live account. I have a live account. I will show you. It contains a lot. So I may just take like $100 and put it in a futures account, dedicated futures, so that you could actually see it, how it's being traded. Um, and all of that, because I understand that a lot of people may not have a lot of balance to actually trade. Some people may have $100, some may have 150 and thereabout. So it doesn't matter what you have. So I'll put something very small so that we could start from there and see how it goes. So this is it. I'm still waiting for this trade. So all I had to do is to use my volume profile to see the place where the VAL, which is the cheapest part of the price range, is, which is this. So I have set my order at that point at 78,700.6. So I'm still waiting for price to get there, and if price gets there, then we'll set our stop loss. So there is also something I want to quickly talk about. I want to encourage you to participate in TradingView trading competitions. It's very important that you do. It just helps you to get better as a trader. You're able to see, you're able to just get better at it because you're able to compete with other traders. This particular leap competition has a first prize of 10k, second prize of 7k, third prize of 6k, and just like that. So you want to compete in this. How to get there is just tradingview.com/d dash leap. You could see it on the screen. So you want to actually participate in this. It helps you to get better as a trader. So if you don't have funding capital, this could really help. If you can win one of this, then definitely you would have enough capital to trade with. So I'll be participating in this particular competition. You could see it says you're in. See you on first at 00 UTC. Um, we cost Wood Capital. You and 15,000 are running for the leap, so you have to take part in that. I highly recommend you do that so that you could get better as a trader. And actually, if you win something, you don't have to come up first or second or third. You could win fourth, fifth, you could win 6th to 25th. You still have 550 to put in your trading account. 26th to 50th, you still have 400. So you just have to keep that in mind. So for this, I'll keep looking at this. For this account, which is $500 in demo account, we actually need to ensure that we get it right. Our loss is still small, so we could still take more losses if we have to. You can see 444. So we've not spent our account anyhow. So we could actually use the tiered risk calculator. So we input this and says our account is 444. It tells us crypto. tells us what exactly we should do. It tells us 444. Our leverage is 10x. Um, we're using a 2.5%, which is at 11 bucks. Risk per trade is 5.55, but for a beginner, I recommend you do conservative, which is 4.44. So you could actually put that in the calculator. Any of these things that I use, I do not sell any of them. Believe me, they were difficult to create, they were difficult to build, but I feel that why should I sell it for someone? Why don't I give it for free so that you actually become a better trader? I'm more concerned that you get better than you have to pay me for anything. You could send me something if you feel like it's worth it, but I really don't mind. So you have to keep this in mind. So stop loss is at 4.44. Amount used for trade is 88.80. So we're waiting for this trade to peak. We just had to wait, and I feel that um, if we get this trade correctly, we'll be back in profit, and then we just have to surveil and scout the charts to ensure that our next trade, our subsequent trade gets better, and then we could just ride into profits. I know it's a demo account, and that's why I'm telling you firsthand. I have nothing to hide because I have nothing to sell. So I don't have to falsify records. You actually get to see my accounts in when we actually get into live trading. I have nothing to hide from you because I have nothing to sell to you. So because of that, um, basically at this point we have to keep waiting. We just have to keep waiting and see if we get to this point. I want us to get to this point and see how price will react, and then um, if we get into this point, is our calculator. We're getting in at 78 700.6. Okay, our leverage is 10. It's 4.44. Our margin is 88. Okay, so our stop loss will be 78,303. I have to actually cancel this because the margin is not correct. Um, 88.80. Okay, so well, actually, our stop loss is at 78,303. Okay, so let's go. So we're waiting now. So this is it. This is real trading, real life trading. You just have to ensure that you monitor things. I discovered that most of the trades that I've missed were trades that I either wasn't monitoring or I wasn't serious about it. So that's why you must ensure that you're serious about every trade, and you must ensure that you monitor every trade. You must take trading as a business, you must take it seriously, you must also take it as a business. It's important that you take it seriously, and it's important that you take it as a business. Take it seriously, take it as a business. Take it seriously. Take it as a business. So because if you take it seriously, then you monitor price more, you monitor the charts better. If you take it as a business, then you would realize that um, there are some days you would make a loss, and then there are some days you make a profit. You just need to ensure that your profit is more than your losses. That's it. So it doesn't matter what you lose, you just need to ensure that what you gain is more. So, and part of that is to make sure that your losses are very small, that eventually when you make one single profit, it is able to cover up for everything. So that's the key. So we're very close to our entry, very close to our entry. um let's see if we'll get into this. So we're waiting. I want to see if price would, what price is going to do for us or do to us. So let's just keep looking at that. Trading is simple, but it's not easy. I keep saying this every time. It's not as easy as they paint it to be. It's simple, but not easy. You have to keep that in mind that, oh, this is simple, but it's not easy. It's just ensuring that, why is it simple? It has just two outcomes. Is either you go up, either it goes up or it goes down. Then you have to ensure that what you make is more than what you lose. That's what makes it simple. But it's simple, but it's not easy. So, because trading has some of the brightest, the smartest people in the world all competing at each other. One is trying to take your money, and you're trying to take his money or her money. So, we're both trying to take each other's money. The people on the long side is trying to take that of the short. The people of the short is trying to take that of the long. So that's it. Um, you could always look at this. Let me show you something. Liquidation heat map. So this is liquidation heat map showing you um, at the price point that people are going to get liquidated. To get liquidated means that your entire balance is wiped off, because it had gotten to a price that it ought not to get to. So they take your entire balance, and all of the money that you used for that trade is wiped off. That's liquidation. So we're looking at liquidation. One side benefits from it. If sellers are liquidated, their funds is given to the buyers. The buyers take it. If buyers get liquidated, the funds goes to the sellers. You see, so this is liquidation heat map, and as you could see, you will see that a lot of people, at this point, you could see a lot of people got liquidated, especially people who had long positions at this point. Probably people who felt that, oh, they should go long because price was going to get higher. Their money got liquidated. You get, so same thing with this. So that's it. So if buyers get liquidated, sellers profit of it. If sellers get liquidated, buyers will profit of it. So you just have to look at it. Um, you just have to keep looking. So some people also got liquidated at this point. Some people got liquidated at this point. So that's that's what it's all about. Let me look at another um let's look at another liquidation stuff. So because with liquidation, it just tells you that this market or this business is all about one side taking from the other. So either you, if you're a buyer, you want to take from the seller. If you're a seller, you want to take from the buyer. So it's just taking from each other. The money that you make as profit if you go long didn't come from thin air. It came from sellers. It came from the people who went short. And if you go short and you make profit off of it, it comes from the people who went long. So that's how it is. You're just one person is trying to take from the other person. So that's what makes trading very, very difficult. We're quite close to our entry. Oh, no, 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 no. Don't want to use trading views liquidation heat map. I use this particular app on my phone, Coin Inc. It's I like it. It's very nice. I want to use let's use Coin Market Cap liquidation dashboard. So you could see in the last 24 hours, 372 million long positions have been liquidated. Why? Because a lot of them got in at this point. So from here to this point, many of them use a lot of leverage. So that is what actually, as in, just ruins their liquidation. As in, just their leverage is quite high. So it's what is why when price moves by any little percentage, they are liquidated. So if you got in here, you likely got liquidated here. If you got in here, you would have gotten liquidated here, and that's it. So you could see the liquidation map. So you see the people who got liquidated. So that's it. Didn't seem to pick our order. It was so close. Would have added 10 points to this because this is what happens with VAL. Most times it doesn't hit it. It doesn't just hit it exactly. Oh, 7. It got to 78,709. This is not good. This was just crazy. Just adjust this a bit. Just a stop loss. I see if we get in. If we don't get in, there's nothing we can do about it. and that's why most times I always add tolerance to it. So if the VAL gives me a particular number, I would like to add maybe 10 or 15 points, but I didn't do that today, which was a bad idea. And seems as if price is taking off, but let's see if we could still get an entry.